What's up, you guys? It's Mara, and today I bring a topic that I have been looking forward to discussing the most, given that it affects me so much. And over the course of the last 2 years, I have discovered that far more people experience this than I had thought. And I'm talking about individuals who I look up to a lot, who seem to have everything under control, and then I discover that inside they're just as scared, worried, concerned as I am. So this is living with anxiety. So, for instance, I remember I go in tomorrow at 11 a.m., but let me check my schedule again before bed just to be extra sure. It's like, even though you just took a look at it and the preceding day you looked at it as well, and you already like adjusted your mind to be like, okay, if I go in at 11, I have to go to bed by a certain time. You can never be sure. You're never certain. So you just keep looking and keep looking throughout the day, making sure, okay, this is really what I'm seeing. And it's funny that I'm saying this because like 2 days ago, I totally messed this up for myself and I was already showing up at the wrong time. But that's because I absolutely failed to properly label my schedule as in this is next week and this is the week that's current, you know? At any rate, another thing is that the next day you wake up typically before your alarm. It's like you didn't even train yourself for this. You didn't even ask your body to do this, but your body has established a fail-safe system in which you just snap out of your slumber and then you're like, okay, so my alarm is like 7:15ish or so, but I'm already waking up at like 6:59. 6:59, all right? It's giving me 16 minutes to be sure that I'm really waking up and looking once again at the time to make sure that, you know, I don't have any inconveniences going on. And it's just crazy how that works because anxiety robs you from your own sleep. And that's why they say that individuals who experience this type of thing, they see other aspects of their life changing as well. And let me tell you, it is true. Whoever is saying that is not lying. It is absolutely true. It just, like, you're just never comfortable with your own mind. You're also constantly asking other people for reassurance that whatever was scheduled to happen is still going to happen. And then the sad thing of it all is that once you are awake, of course you check your phone and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna doze off for a little bit, but you better create a new alarm for the time that you're really supposed to like wake up again, because sometimes that dozing off multiplies inexplicably and then you end up having only 30 minutes to get yourself ready, eat something, and then make it to your job and initiate your shift. So at any rate, something else that happens, not terribly often, but recently it happened, was I called work and I asked for a confirmation of my hours. And while I was doing that, my heart was just pounding, like terribly, so hard. It's like if I were to ever have a heart attack, it'll probably be involuntarily self-induced. Interpret that. Additionally, when I text someone and they don't reply within a reasonable amount of time, it's like they're angry, they blocked me, they lost their phone and got a new number and forgot to tell me about it, and then they're just waiting for me to try to contact them so that they remember that I exist, because for my disgrace, My name starts with an X, so I'm sent to the bottom of the list. And, you know, stuff like that. And they just don't care about me. They dared to check my text while driving and got in a wreck, and now it's my fault. How am I going to live with this for the rest of my life? You know, it's like that type of nonsense, it just crosses your mind. For me, I'll never get over that. And I have learned the ways of my boyfriend, for example, because he's one of those guys who he just doesn't keep track of time. Or I don't know if he just doesn't care or if he just genuinely just loses track of time. But I learned to not panic when he says, all right, I'll swing by at 5 o'clock and it's 5:30 and he's not here yet. I just gotta remember, you know, he's doing his stuff and he'll be here. What matters is he'll be here, but at his own pace, you know? And then I felt weird because I was also told, oh, you know, if I'm the one who's making the plan, I'm the one running the show, then, you know, it's all up to me. And I'm like, yeah, but as an individual with this anxiety thing, you learn to just be responsible. Like, I'm not saying he's irresponsible, but what I'm saying is that you are spot on. It's like a minute to you is like years. And if you pay attention, the folks with anxiety, they are some of the most on time people you will know. Like, don't even get me started on how punctual I can be. My first question when we're making plans to go somewhere, it doesn't matter who it is or what it's for. I'm always asking, by what time do you need me to be ready? And a lot of the times it's like, you know, when I was taking my mother to the airport, we said, oh, we're gonna depart at 6 a.m. And I'm like, okay, I was ready. Not everybody was ready. So I'm like, it's not my fault. I did my part. So, you know, and it's good that I have learned to not worry about it anymore, because now I myself am not giving many damns about what time it is and what time, you know, stuff happens. But I still ask, around what time can I expect you? And, you know, it's just because you also have things to do throughout your day. And as a responsible person, you're like, all right, I know how to plan. I can be pretty organized about that. So I just do good at it. Like, I'm always like, all right, it'll take me some 15 minutes to get there. And I'm always there like a minute before 15 by 14 minutes. So, you know, just leave me alone, answer my question. I know what I'm doing. It helps me. So just bear with me, okay? So anyway, also, when you start your car and you wonder everything about your life, everything about what you just did. Did I turn off the burner? You're merging onto the main street and you wonder if you locked the front door. And you just did this a few seconds ago. Why couldn't you wonder if you locked the front door when you were still parked in front of your building? No, it has to be when I'm already on my way, like on the point of no return and all that. And you just can't help it. And you also just, you feel so tempted to do all of the illegal maneuvers that you can think of in a car, just to go back and make sure that, you know, what you're thinking, your concern, your worry, which is the burner and the door, you know, you just want to check it out because you just never know. But then you would be late if you turn around. So I'm like, I would rather risk my house burning down, because I feel like somebody might catch it. Like somebody might either smell something or hear something. and the fire department may arrive on time. And if my front door is not locked, normally, you know, I don't feel worried about where I'm at. Like, I haven't had any incidents. I've never heard of any incidents. And that's another thing. I am learning to be a little more carefree. Whatever bit of that's possible in current times, But yeah, just be peaceful, everybody. That's like the most rewarding thing that you can experience, because you will think better, act better, and just feel better. You would enjoy your life better. And then when someone says that they'll pick you up at 5 p.m., at 4:55, you reach for your phone, and then you resist texting someone for a confirmation that the plans can still, take place, because you don't want to bother them. You don't want to seem clingy. But then 5:05 arrives, and then you're wondering, oh, they're running a little late, but they'll be here soon. Then it's 5:10, and then you're like, I really should text, because this is already starting to make me feel like I'm feeling dizzy from how worried I am. And then they may have forgotten. Stuff happens. Like, you may be busy watching your favorite episode of something, and then you decide to turn it into a marathon, and you forgot that you had plans with me, And then 5:15 arrives, then you start thinking, they're not coming. They're not coming. And when I see them, I'm not going to be mad, but I'm going to be like, hey, yo, what happened? May I suggest that, given that we possess modern inventions, can you let me know next time? Anyways, and then when it's 5:30, it's like, they don't care. We're over. We're done. But at any rate, basically, you're just never sure of anything that wasn't in your original thought or plan. Because it's like you live your life on the edge a lot, and you don't mean to. But at the same time, you feel like if you're not that way, you're not safe. It's a part of who you are. Like, if I stopped being the person who worries about everything, I feel like I don't have control. I feel like I would be irresponsible. So, as far as I know, parents who have anxiety turn out to be the best of parents. Except that I suspect that they would be a little more on the overprotective side. But at the same time, I can just see that about myself. I'm a person with anxiety, and I would just keep my children so safe that I need to create a balance between, all right, this is just necessary for safety, and this is me exaggerating a bit. I need to remember that they're kids. But, and yeah, that's about all I have for you guys right now on that matter. But I feel like this is a topic that I am going to revisit, because it affects me in so many of my life departments. And I think it's good to just put it out there, because I enjoy how this year has been a year of lots of awareness. And for me personally, it's helped me a lot. It's also helped me embrace myself more for who I am. And all right, guys, I will dismiss myself right now, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.